didn't.
EB Games had a new game that got released, and instead of them closing their doors and setting up stuff for it to be shipped out to people, they opened their doors. So there's this massive lineup at some EB Games, and I think is in Toronto or some shit. There's a big lineup of people trying to get in to get the game, and people are blaming EB Games. And I had a bunch of people commenting on it, so I commented on the thread, and I go, "How come we're not holding the people responsible for standing in line? Those are the ones breaking the laws, like breaking the rules.
Yeah,
They're
well,
not
everywhere
following the
has
instructions."
lines. Like, we still have to be able to go out and do our basic shit. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
but I
don't
mean,
know.
buying a video game isn't exactly shouldn't be top on the list. But I just thought it was funny that again, everybody says you need to boycott this, and they should be fine. They should be shut down. Well, why? Why are we not holding the individuals responsible for lining up? Because I know, like, if I'm actually concerned about anything, and I look up and I was like, "Oh, there's a lineup." Yeah, fuck this. I'm not going to wait in the lineup.
I
I'll go home
think
and order it.
I think, if I gotta sit at home for 2 weeks and I'm a gamer, I'm gonna want the newest game to do that. I don't see why that's a bad thing. But
Yeah, but again, you know you're not supposed to be in groups of 50. That's been around for 2 weeks now. Like, you see 60 people, say, or 100 people standing in a lineup, you just don't go and join. You go home and order it and wait a day.
yeah,
You're
I
you're,
guess.
you're stuck at home for 14 days minimum. Now they're looking at it to be months, but we'll just have to wait
Oh yeah,
and
it's
see.
absolutely months. Like I just said, after the last person finally agrees to do it, that's when the countdown starts.
Yeah. So you're going to be looking at, I think they're saying August?
Yeah, well, they don't know. Because they don't know
Yeah. Yeah.
when whoever decides that how are they ever going to know that the last person has finally done it?
Yeah. As soon as there's no new cases, I would say my guess would be as soon as there's no new cases for 2 weeks, that's when they'll lift it.
That would have to be no new
That
cases in the
would be
whole
the
country, though, and I don't see that happening
yeah.
anytime soon.
No, not anytime soon. No.
So
No.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we should all just fucking ignore it, but I don't know what their next step is if we do. So
It's just going to get worse from here.
I know in the
So,
States they're talking about taking away all your constitutional rights so that you don't have the right to protest.
yep.
I can't see them
Martial
doing
laws
that here.
getting
If
thrown
enough of
around.
us just say no, there's nothing they can do about it, really. If enough of us just stand up to them, what can they do? There's not enough
Issue
cops to
martial
deal
law.
with it.
No. But Canadians aren't a violent breed in that sense enough.
No, I'm not
I,
saying we have to
I
be
don't think
violent.
enough Canadians would do anything.
Yeah, we're just not. We don't have enough of that community spirit to do it. So whatever. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Don't listen to me, obviously. Um, I don't know. It's going to be a long, drawn out fucking nightmare. And we're just going to try to
Yeah.
keep the podcast funny if we can. I don't know. There's not a hell of a lot to talk about.
I am
Um,
like legit scouring. I did a search looking for any news that's not coronavirus
no, there's
related,
very
and the
little.
best I came up with was from 2018.
So what I did today was, because we haven't done this in months and months, was I thought, this is what's going on March 23rd, fucking 2020. What's going on March 23rd, any other day that's not 2020? And there was actually some really cool shit.
Oh,
So I recorded
I
some
look
of
forward
my
to this.
favorite ones. Um, I was going to have a little sound bite for this, but I forgot. So some of the cool March 23rds throughout the history. March 23rd, 1066. The 18th recorded passing of Halley's Comet. I thought that was kind of neat.
That was in when? 1986?
1066.
Oh, 1066.
That's a long ass time ago they were already tracking Halley's Comet.
That is a wow. I didn't realize it was that long ago. Holy shit.
1839, this is really neat to me. In the Boston newspaper, the first recorded use of okay.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Do they have like the person's name? That'd be even more epic.
No, it was the Boston Herald in 1839, and it was All's Clear, I guess. But it's OLLS. But
only Boston would fuck up okay.
The first recorded use of okay. I thought that was really interesting.
That is very cool.
1903. March 23rd, 1903, the Wright brothers filed their first patent for a so-called flying machine.
Oh.
It was granted 3 years later.
That's cool.
1933, on this day, the Enabling Act in Germany grants Adolf Hitler dictatorial powers.
Oh, so, wow, really?
That was kind of fucked up there, guys. Probably
that's one of the oops moments.
1965, Gemini 3 launches. That's the first U.S. two-man space flight.
Oh, very cool.
And the last one I found even remotely interesting was on this day in 1994, Wayne Gretzky becomes the highest goal scorer ever in the NHL. This was the day he set that record. So that's kind of cool. Some big shit happening in March. I did the spacey ones for you.
I appreciate that. Did you also know that on this day in 1956, Pakistan got their independence?
I did not know that. And we are, hi Pakistan, how are you guys doing? We have dropped to number 11 on the Pakistani charts, by the way. Big slip. So I should have recorded some more. But congratulations on getting your independence on today.
There you go.
We're very happy you're independent and hope that this is your favorite independent podcast.
Yeah, so that's kind of a interesting thing.
Some not Corona news that I thought was awesome. And if you guys have not Corona related news, please help us out. Send it to gwynethpaltrowsvagina@gmail.com or call in and be a part of it or chat with us live online, whatever you want to do to make this show a little more interesting while we suffer through this thing. Something I found really hilarious today. Virginia lawmakers are they are fighting to repeal a 1972 law that made swearing in public punishable of up to a $250 fine. Now, efforts to change this law have failed since 2016. So for 4 years now, they've been trying to change this law, and it's not changing. It is punishable for up to $250 fine for swearing in public.
So it's actually still enacted?
It's still active, and the courts refuse to change it. For the last 4 years, people have fought to have it changed, and they're saying no. They feel they're closer than ever to having it changed this year. Couple other laws in Virginia that need to be changed that they're trying to work on this year is the law preventing interracial marriage. That just never got changed. It's still on the books. They don't enforce it, obviously. And a poll tax that prevents black people from voting. And they got some work to do in Virginia. I think the swearing is the least of your worries there.
That's some funny shit.
So I decided to go ahead and look at some stuff that's still on the books around our little country.
Oh, God, this has got to be terrifying.
And these are actually still law. And there's some just provincially I found that were kind of neat. Like in Coquitlam, it's still illegal to walk your cows down the street. In the town of Smithers, it is illegal to possess a nuclear firearm because Smithers is a nuclear-free zone. You're not allowed to bring your nuclear weapon if you move to Smithers.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. Where am I going to take it now?
In Oak Bay, British Columbia, your parrots must be confined to your own property. I don't know how many parrots they have there that needed to be a law.
Yeah.
So I went nationwide.
There.
Here's some real laws that exist today. And they're not even that old, most of them. But Section 49 of the Canadian Criminal Code makes it illegal to intentionally frighten the Queen.
That means you can't walk up and go, boo.
No.
You can't do that.
I was calling a long time ago. I was saying I would like to see people having more sword fights on the street.
Yes.
Be very careful because, or even and with your guns, you can face up to 2 years in jail if you challenge someone to a duel.
You can get 2 years in jail just for challenging someone?
Yeah, or for accepting a challenge.
Oh, wow.
No dueling in Canada. So be careful with my sword. I still say sword fight. I think that might be like more like duel, like the gunfight. Take 10 paces. It is actually a federal offense to hold more than 2 garage sales in the same year.
Oh, Jesus.
That's like a $5,000 fine.
Wow.
Now, this one I really like. I didn't know, and this is stupid, and I don't agree with it, but under the Canadian Currency Act, merchants can legally refuse to sell you something if you try to pay with $5 in nickels, or $25 in loonies, or $40 in toonies.
Really?
Yep. They can say no, come back with not $40 in toonies, I guess.
Oh, that's so weird.
That's weird. And my favorite one.
Very weird.
Section 365 of the Canadian Criminal Code makes it very illegal to fraudulently pretend to exercise witchcraft or sorcery.
That's awesome.
No pretending to be a witch. What that was for, that sounds stupid and weird, but it's actually to stop fake psychics.
Oh, is that what it is for?
That's what it's intended, is to stop fake psychics from practicing. Because being psychic, of course, is witchcraft and sorcery. So those are all real Canadian laws that exist today. Those aren't like old wacky crazy laws. That's today. That's the new criminal code. So right now it's illegal to go to a park, but while you're in that park, don't practice any fake witchcraft. Especially not if you're using that fake witchcraft to scare the Queen.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
And you're in some real trouble. Oh, man.
Can you imagine if you get caught with a witch spell specifically just to scare royalty, how quickly you'd be in trouble?
I am a warlock.
You're practicing witchcraft. What kind of witchcraft are you doing? I'm a warlock waiting to scare the Queen. Oh, my God.
Scare the Queen. The Queen doesn't come to Canada anymore. Oh, but
she was here a few years ago.
I don't know if she's allowed to travel anymore. She's like 120,000 years old. Yeah, she was here not long ago. I don't know. I don't know that she cares about. I like that's the one thing. All the Trudeau's big So that's some funny laws. If you have funny laws where you're from, hey, Pakistan, you guys in Pakistan need to email me some of your crazy laws.